Hey YouTube, Lime here, aka the guy who doesn't like to show his face. Turns out this week I've been forced to lie to you, more specifically about myself. Of the stories I'm going to tell you, all things that may or may not have happened in my life, I'm going to tell you two truths and one lie. And it's going to be up to you guys to guess which of these are a lie. Of my three stories, the three are: 1. I was suspended from my high school despite being the goody two-shoes kind of nerd type for setting stuff on fire. My second story is going to be about how I actually held a human brain, not like pig or anything like that, human brain in my hands. And the third one is going to be explaining how I nearly killed my youngest brother twice. Not once, twice. On with the stories. First one, getting suspended for setting stuff on fire. It's quite simple. I was in art class. We had to bring newspapers to class. The teacher would give us bonus marks for bringing our own stuff, in this case newspapers. One of my silly friends said, hey, I noticed that you forgot to bring newspapers, and I was freaking out because I really wanted marks, bonus marks. And he said, if you set on fire this tiny strip of newspaper, well, I'm going to give you newspapers to get your bonus marks. And well, simply put, I did it. I thought I'd get away with it, but no, the teacher smelled the smoke, the sulfur from my matches. The vice principal came. He asked who did it. I could have kept my mouth shut and everybody would have stuck there, but it didn't work with my sense of justice, so I just gave up right away. Went over to the VP's office. I was like, hey, I did it. I'm sorry. Can we move on with life now? Then obviously I got questioned and I ended up with 3-day suspension. And honestly, I have no regrets because 3 days of vacation, my mother was too busy laughing her ass off that I got suspended. I don't know why she didn't overreact. My dad said it was pretty much nothing. They made a joke how I should have set the entire newspaper on fire instead of just the strip, so I would have gotten the week off, but meh. Anyway, that was that. Second one, holding a human brain, which was really awesome. In short, my stepdad's cousin's boyfriend is a pathologist, and he decided to bring me along to an autopsy one day. I got decked in rubber and coveralls and got to, cut open a corpse to figure out why it died. And it was awesome. I loved every second of it. And at one point, they pulled back the scalp, took the tiny saw, cut open the head, popped off the top. And they're like, do you want to take out the brain? And I was like, that'd be awesome. I'd be honored. Cut off the tiny ligament. It's pretty free-floating. There's like a tiny ligament underneath. Snip that, grab the brain, put it in a jar of vinegar. Moving on. Last story, I nearly killed my brother twice. First time, we were really young, I think 3 and 2. We were really close in ages. And he wanted to give me a hug. No, I wanted to give him a hug. He didn't want me to. He moved back, tripped over my mother's purse, and split his head open on one of those metal chairs with the really square legs. Nice, big scar across the head. Blood everywhere, went to the hospital, couldn't have anesthesia because he was too young. So screaming in agony as he had a needle going through, getting stitched his skull together. Lots of fun. I don't remember it, but my mother and grandparents and my dad even will not stop telling that story over and over again. The second time was a bit simpler. We were fooling around near a pool and it pushed him, and on the way in he bumped his head and lots of blood, fainted, went into the water, nearly drowned, whatever. My grandpa noticed immediately that there was blood and pulled him back out. It was fine. Again, just a few stitches. It was 2 nice big scars on his head. The third one in his head is not my fault. That was just him being really stupid, but 2 of those scars are definitely mine. Anyway, those were my 3 stories. How I got suspended for setting stuff on fire, how I held a human brain in my hands, and how I nearly killed my brother twice. So it's up to you guys to figure out which one's a lie, and, well, until next time, don't forget to be awesome.